As I stated, I am Coach Athena, the life calling coach, and I am a certified professional life coach. I focus on helping people discover their calling and purpose in life and establishing a wellness routine in order to live their best life. So today we're going to talk about unlocking holistic health. And holistic health includes plant-based healing for the mind, body, and spirit. I'm going to also include a couple components that are not plant-based, like mushrooms. Mushrooms are not a plant, but they are part of the natural healing elements that's available for your holistic wellness. So we're going to touch on today the types of plant-based remedies that may be available. I'm not going to go into all of them. There are so many, but I'm just pulled out a couple that are easy and quick to incorporate into your wellness journey and your wellness diet. That includes turmeric, ginger, ashwagandha, aloe vera, peppermint, hemp or cannabis, mushrooms, and then we're going to go over the endocannabinoid system and how these elements function to help us maintain holistic health. Then we're going to do a coaching exercise. So plant-based remedies have been used for centuries to promote health and healing. And these natural resources are derived from herbs, plants, flowers, and mushrooms, and other powerful benefits for maintaining holistic wellness. Now, that also includes essential oils, which come from herbs, and you can use them in various formats that they come in order to incorporate them into your holistic wellness routine. But they work in harmony with your body's natural processes. And that's why they work so well for you, because your body is already set up to receive the benefits of a lot of the natural resources that are available to us. It's amazing how God has created us and the ecosystem that we have to nurture our lives without ever having to look anywhere else for resources. And that's the thing that I wanted to share with you on how you can benefit from that, how you can maximize that for your personal growth and personal health. So they work to help you promote balance and vitality, and with less side effects from some of the pharmaceutical medicines or synthetic medications. Before we had modern Western medicine, we had medicine men in some cultures, or a shaman who was a person who did healing with herbs. And they used these natural resources. You would go into them and then you would tell them, okay, this is what's going on. And then they would come up with, per their training and their expertise on the herbs, they would create a herbal concoction for you or recommend an herbal medicine, a tea, a tincture. It comes in so many forms that will be able to aid you in that particular challenge with your body. So this is not something new. This is something that has been going on for centuries. We are just now trying to get back to this space, back to the natural medicine. As you know, the history of medicinal plants, they have existed since, like I said, ancient times. They go back to biblical times as well. I watch a lot of the monarchy shows where they talk, in England and other countries. And one of the shows I watched, they said one person was in pain. They said, well, give him the seed of the poppy. And you know what that is. I mean, and they use that for pain relief. And they knew how to use it, how much to give you, so that it would not become a dangerous situation, because of course it could become a dangerous situation. So one of the things I want to point out is the role of cannabis and CBD and herbs in holistic health. Cannabis contains compounds known as cannabinoids, and they are the most well-known ones that we know are THC and CBD. But do you know there's over 100 different cannabinoids in the hemp plant? And that is actually the official name of the plant. It's a hemp plant, and it has over 100 cannabinoids in it. But the ones that we are more familiar with are THC and CBD. Well, THC is primarily associated with the psychoactive effects. You know, people may feel a head high or feel a little relaxed feeling, but that is just not the only purpose of the hemp flower. It has so many therapeutic benefits. And when we are using that part of the flower for that contains the THC, we're only using a small portion of the plant. That was something that I learned. And so it's used, hemp has been used for centuries for other things, to make paper, to make medicine. And so so we're only tapping into a very small part of the plant. But it interacts with the endocannabinoid system, which is your ECS, your endocannabinoid system, which is your regulatory network in your body that helps you maintain the balance. Now, CBD, unlike THC, is not psychoactive, so you're not going to get high from CBD. But it also has a lot of therapeutic in benefits, because CBD also interacts with the ECS, and it supports your receptors in activity, reducing inflammation, pain, obtaining focus, slowing your thoughts. If anybody has issues with anxiety and the running thoughts that go so fast, it can help you with that as well. Now, there are some other healing herbs, as I mentioned, like turmeric, ginger, medicinal mushrooms. Medicinal mushrooms have been valued for centuries in traditional medicine for their powerful health benefits to support holistic health. One of them, like lion's mane, is used for mental focus. Turmeric contains curcumin, which is well known for powerful anti-inflammatory. In India, they use turmeric daily as a precursor to inflammation, so you don't end up with inflammation. But if you already have inflammation, you can use it in that way as well. And then another one, like I said, ginger, aloe vera, and chamomile. We're going to go over a few of these in detail, so I'm not going to go over all of the benefits of those herbs. And I did mention the medicinal mushrooms, as well as ashwagandha, which is not particularly a mushroom, but it's an adaptogen. But it also works well with mushroom products to help you promote balance in your mind, body, and spirit. So how do plant-based wellness remedies support your holistic health? Well, they can help with pain relief. And this is not just about cannabis or CBD. There are other, as I told you, turmeric helps with inflammation. You can have a lot of pain from inflammation. So if you're taking a turmeric remedy, then that's going to help you with your pain relief, because you're reducing the inflammation that's causing the pain. The second way, like I said, inflammation reduction, and then enhancing vitality. Because when you feel better, you feel more energy. You're going to have more energy. You want to do more. So when you start addressing the issues that are draining your energy, if you have any chronic diseases or heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, you know that the side effects from those type of illnesses can really drain your energy and make you feel less energetic and affect your vitality. So incorporating plant-based wellness remedies into your daily routine will definitely help you feel more energetic and get you geared up and ready to go to live on purpose. So let's go into a little bit about some of the specific types of medicinal plants. I'm also going to have a Q&A at the end so that you can interact and ask any questions about the specific remedies that I present. As I told you, turmeric contains curcumin, which is well known for powerful anti-inflammatory properties. So it's commonly used for pain relief, especially for conditions like arthritis. And I can tell you for myself, I am a person who have a lot of inflammation because I'm on disability for herniated disc in my back and my neck. So I have inflammation quite frequently, and inflammation can come up from stress, from just overexerting yourself physically. So turmeric is one of the items that I use on a daily basis, and I consume it in tea with my ginger, and it does help to keep the inflammation balanced. It doesn't always keep me from having inflammation because, like I said, I have a lot of other issues that create my inflammation, but it definitely helps maintain my balance so that I have less spiked days where I'm in a lot of pain due to inflammation. Now, ginger is another one that is a part of my daily routine. I drink a ginger turmeric tea almost daily. Ginger helps you with digestive support. If you have acid reflux, if you just have minor indigestion from food, from something you ate, ginger is very good for that. I did also have severe acid reflux where I was on medication for like a double dose of omeprazole to maintain the acid reflux. I am now not on the medication anymore. I maintain it with ginger, and I do this daily to keep the acid down in my stomach and help me to digest my food. It also will help with muscle soreness, joint pain, and migraine headaches. So ginger has a lot of definite medicinal benefits. So that's something that's easy to incorporate into your wellness diet. Now, as I mentioned, ashwagandha is an adaptogen that helps the body to resist physical stress. It supports the immune system and promotes energy and stamina. Now, one of the other things that I really like about the ashwagandha is that it also helps if you are a person who has symptoms from anxiety or PTSD. It is very good for helping to calm the mind. It will help to calm the body so that you can function better, especially if you're in a high anxious situation. So it comes in a lot of forms. I have seen ashwagandha come in pill form that you can take. I have seen it come in a tea. There are a lot of ways that you can consume it, but this is another one that you would I would highly recommend you put into your daily wellness remedy. Next, aloe vera. And I know a lot of you are familiar with aloe vera. Aloe vera is just, you can eat aloe vera, you can use it on your body. There are aloe vera drinks. Aloe vera promotes skin healing, soothes digestive issues, it boosts immune function, okay? And it provides anti-inflammatory benefits, as well as being detoxifying. So definitely having aloe vera as part of your daily wellness routine will help you maintain your holistic health. I use aloe vera for my skin. It is a component in a skin serum that I put on my face. And I have received so many compliments about, oh, are you aging backwards? Aloe vera on your skin is not going to be greasy. It's not going to give you a lot of buildup. So if you have very sensitive skin, then it's very good for you to use, especially on your face, where our face is very sensitive. But aloe vera also helps to balance your body's pH, and it contributes to emotional well-being by supporting your physical health. So its ability to heal and nourish the body makes it a key herb for maintaining overall wellness in a holistic approach. Next, we have cannabis, the hemp plant, and it contains compounds known as cannabinoids. Like I told you before, the ones that we know mostly are THC and CBD, but there are over 100 cannabinoids, and they are naturally occurring compounds that interact with our body's endocannabinoid system to influence various physiological processes. So a few of those processes that it will help is your respiration. People who have asthma. I have asthma as well. And since I have been on a regular CBD regimen, I have not had to be on additional asthma medication. I still have asthma, but I'm able to maintain it with just a rescue inhaler. I was on steroids, and I had to, at one point, take that daily. So now I'm not able, I don't have to do that. I maintain it with the CBD regimen and as well as the other holistic practices that I do. But it also helps with circulation, digestion, metabolism, excretion, immune response, okay, reproduction, your nervous system, regulation, your hormone regulation, homeostasis, which is very important. That's your body's ability to maintain a stable internal environment. And that's what keeps us healthy. You have to be balanced in everything that we do, whether it's internal or external. You have to maintain a balance, a natural balance. So this is a very good reason about why I started doing the Harmony Within Holistic Wellness Talks, to help you learn how to establish that balance, not only just externally, but internally. I had to learn this myself as I was healing from a car accident, and everything in my life was thrown out of balance. So I had to learn how to reestablish balance, not only internally, but externally. So that's why these things have been crucial to my wellness journey. And I want them to become crucial to yours in the way that God sees fit to help you move forward. So the hemp plant can also help you with bodily functions in your homeostasis, like sleep, stimulating your appetite. It's used for cancer patients who are taking chemo and have a lack of appetite. They give them hemp derived products to help stimulate the appetite. It helps with your mood regulation and your immune response. Now, CBD can go a step further because of the non-psychoactive part, and it helps with inflammation. It helps with overall vitality, which helps supporting better sleep, like I said, and calming anxiety, enhancing your mental clarity so you can function. When you can't think straight, you can't function. So being able to get the mind balanced as well will help you with your overall vitality. Lastly, I want to share with you medicinal mushrooms. Medicinal mushrooms, there are many medicinal mushrooms, but I'm just going to focus on one at this particular time, which is called lion's mane, because it's a medicinal mushroom that promotes cognitive function, memory, and mental clarity by stimulating nerve growth factor and supporting your overall brain health. It reduces anxiety, depression, and inflammation, It aids in nervous system repair and boosts the immune system. So mushrooms, and this is just lion's mane. There are other mushrooms that have other medicinal benefits to your holistic health as well. But we get caught up sometimes on the mushrooms that have the psychedelic effect. And even though there is a mushroom that you can still use, that's the Amanita muscaria, but it also has medicinal benefits. And there's a way that there is a product that's available that isolates the psychoactive piece so that you can just focus on the medicinal part, because a lot of people don't want to consume certain mushrooms for that reason. So understanding what they can do for you, and then researching products that will lean more to the wellness perspective versus the psychoactive will help you to identify mushroom products and other wellness products that will benefit you on your holistic health journey. So now I'm going to talk about the endocannabinoid system, ECS. The endocannabinoid system is a vital component of our body's regulatory system. It works tirelessly to maintain balance and support your overall health. So understanding that it provides insight on how plant-based remedies can enhance wellness by interacting with this intricate system. So as we continue to explore the connection between the ECS and plant-based therapies, we can harness the potential for holistic health and healing. So the key components of the ECS, the endocannabinoid system, are the receptors. And we have CB1 and CB2 receptors. And you can see in the picture how it shows you the CB2 functions in brain function, immune system. So they have different, each receptor has different functions. Now, the functions of the ECS system is to maintain homeostasis. And what I say homeostasis was that internal balance that you need inside your body. So the ECS system is where any plant-based or natural remedies that you consume are going to go directly to your ECS, your endocannabinoid system. And it's going to do its part in helping you maintain your stable internal conditions despite the external changes. And that can happen when you do it over time. Sometimes we look for things to happen really fast, and it doesn't always happen very fast. I can say that I can see the overall stability of my internal system because I've been doing this for the last 5 years. So it's despite the external changes, and I can give you an example of that. Sometimes I can overexert myself physically, which will then disrupt my internal balance because now I'm in pain. My body's trying to respond to all of that. I have noticed that I can recover faster, or the pain, that high inflammation period, it doesn't last as long because I've been doing this consistently. So my body's able to come back into balance rather quickly because I've been doing it consistent, and my ECS is responding to the natural remedies that I am using. So once you start this process, then you will start to see your overall health improve. Your overall health will start to balance out. But just understand that it's a process, and you have to, don't look for it to be a really quick situation. You have to start, I always say 3 to 6 months for you to see any changes in anything. And I'm not just talking about physical. As a coach, when I take people on in coaching, I do a 3-month minimum, because you're not going to see any real lasting change in anything that you try to do without a minimum of 3 months. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you move forward in your process. So the other things that your ECS assists with is your mood and emotion. It influences the neurotransmitters. It influences neurotransmitter release and is crucial for emotional well-being. Pain perception. That's important because pain perception is about the brain. Our brain processes pain in a particular way. So pain perception is a way to modulate pain signals, which will help to reduce discomfort. As I stated, it also helps with appetite and digestion. The ECS plays a role in regulating your hunger and the digestive process. Sleep regulation. The ECS influences sleep patterns and quality. Immune function. The ECS modulates immune responses, promoting balance and reducing excessive inflammation. Like I told you, I'm not zero inflammation, but I definitely have much less inflammation than I did before I started on this regimen. Okay, so now what is the ECS's connection with your plant-based wellness? The ECS activity, it definitely influences the ECS activity in obtaining and maintaining your internal balance. Plant-based medicines, particularly those derived from cannabis, contain cannabinoids, and they mimic the action of the endocannabinoids in the body. So these plant-derived compounds can bind to the ECS receptors and influence physiological processes, which I've mentioned to you before, how you sleep, pain, anxiety. The therapeutic benefits of the connection between the ECS and the cannabinoids is they manage various conditions such as chronic pain, anxiety, inflammation, sleep disorders. So I'm going to give you an example. THC primarily binds to the CB1 receptors, okay? And that helps to provide pain relief and euphoria, but it also has the psychoactive effects. So you can attain the pain relief with the THC, but you're going to also end up with the psychoactive effects. Some people don't like the psychoactive effect, so they just want the benefits of the pain. That's where CBD would come in, because CBD exhibits more of a nuanced interaction with the ECS system. It provides therapeutic effects without significant psychoactive properties, such as like reducing anxiety and inflammation. Okay. At this point, before I go to the next level, the next one, because we're going to go into a coaching exercise, I wanted to ask if anyone has any experiences they've had with any plant-based or mushroom remedies that has helped you in your wellness journey. Or do you have any general questions? Because we can actually break right here and have a question and do a question and answer. Anybody have any questions?
Hi, Dana. This is Nicole. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the products that I like are products that have either Delta 8, Delta 9, especially Delta 9, because with I have I'm recovering from back surgery, and you're right, with a lot of inflammation in the back. Delta 9 products is supposed to be for pain management. And so if you ever had it, it definitely calms your mood. So it's a mood enhancer. It helps with pain management, and it also helps you with sleeping. So that's one product that I tend to gravitate to, and that's one of the ingredients that I make sure that it does have to help me as far as my health and wellness journey.
Thank you for sharing that, Nicole. And Delta 9 is another cannabinoid. As I told you, there are so many components of the hemp plant. But the Delta 9 cannabinoid is the one that is normally associated with the euphoria, the psychoactive component of hemp and cannabis. But it also has medicinal, as Nicole shared with us, it has a lot of medicinal benefits as well. And if you see something that has Delta 9 in it, you might want to ask the person or whoever you're purchasing it from, is it going to get me high if that's not what you want? And I'm thankful that we're at a point right now where we can ask those questions. We can go to a dispensary. We can ask the professionals, okay, I don't want this. I don't want this feeling, but I want the benefit. And do you have something that can give you that? So educate yourself as much as you can on what you're purchasing, and make sure you're getting something that is going to aid in what you need it for. Okay. Okay, so if there's no additional questions, we're going to have an interactive coaching exercise that I want to do with you, because every time I do one, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to talk about and process the information that we're presenting in the wellness talk. So in person, I would give you a journal, you would have your wellness bag, and you would have your journal and everything. So I'm asking you right now to get yourself a notebook or a pen, a journal, and we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to go through these wellness prompts. And I would love it if you would like to share yours afterwards. You don't necessarily have to. However, if you would like to share it, I definitely ask you to share with the group so that we can learn from each other. And that's always the purpose, is to learn from each other. So I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. First, I want to read your prompt to you. The first thing that I want you to do, I want you to answer the question, number 1, what are your current remedies? And it's okay if you don't have any. It's okay. And I want you to think about, we're not just talking about pills, we're talking about herbs. We're talking about, if it is hemp, if it's tea, essential oils, what natural remedies do you already have a part of your daily wellness routine? That's your first prompt. List as many as you can. And then in your second one, I want you to talk about your current challenges. What health challenges or wellness goals do you want to address using plant-based remedies? As I mentioned, I have several. I live with PTSD, as well as the chronic pain from the herniated discs. So I have several reasons why I gravitate to a natural remedy. I want you to think about some of the things that you may be struggling with. Do you need it for stress relief? Do you need it for improving your digestion, your mood, enhancing your sleep? Those are the things that I want you to think about. What type of challenges do you see that you may be able to incorporate some of these plant-based wellness remedies into your journey? And then in the last one, I want you to answer, how do you currently incorporate nature and natural remedies in your daily life? And I don't just mean, we're talking about the plant-based remedies, but I'm talking about nature. Do you go outside? Do you take nature walks? Do you take time to have time in the sun? That question is crucial, because since the pandemic, we've all become homebodies. Everything we do, as we can see, we're on Zoom. We don't go outside as much as we used to. And as a result of that, I have also learned I'm vitamin D deficient. And when I realized that I was vitamin D deficient, I saw the connection with how the deficiency was affecting my inflammation and my pain. So once I started addressing the vitamin D, the pain started to decrease, the inflammation decreased, some of the other things with the arthritis. So just understanding that maintaining your natural homeostasis, your internal balance, is the goal to you maintaining your holistic health. So I'm going to put my timer up, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to answer these questions. I'll keep them on the screen so that you can refer to them. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do a little group sharing about what came out of this process. Okay. How about I will share some of my answers with the group so that I can give an example of how you can answer these questions, because they're going to be crucial to the next step, which is for us to kind of come up with a brief outline of a wellness plan. So current remedies, as I have mentioned to you, I've used ginger, turmeric, CBD. I also use THC. I use lavender. I use chamomile. What else am I missing? That's natural. Those are the main plant-based remedies I use. My current challenges are managing PTSD, managing inflammation and chronic pain, sleeping. Sleeping has been a major challenge for me recently. So trying to be able to get myself to a point where I'm relaxed enough to sleep without having to do anything else, and anything unnatural, let's say that, because I want to stay in the natural realm. That's one of my current challenges. One of my current wellness routine, how do I currently incorporate nature? I do nature walks. I go outside at least once or twice a day, taking a break from work, and I make sure that I take in some sun. And if you're outside and you're vitamin D deficient, what you need to do when you're out in the sun is you open your hands up and you have your palms up so that your wrists are out and up toward the sun rays. And that's the fastest way to absorb vitamin D into your bloodstream. So I do that. I try to do that once or twice a day. And I also, one of the ways that I have incorporated natural remedies into my daily routine is trying to replace my coffee. I love coffee, but the caffeine irritates my headaches when I get a headache. So I've had to reduce the caffeine, and I found a natural remedy that helps me do that. And I have incorporated it into my daily life. So I hope that helped you see how I wanted you to flush out this exercise. And you can also take this and do this exercise at home again at home on your own. The next step in this process, after you've identified where you are currently, is to come up with a plant-based wellness plan. And this is just 3 steps. You're going to identify your current practices, which we just did. And then you're going to set your intentions and goals based upon what you've identified. So I'm going to give you an example, because I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this. I want you to leave here with something on your paper. Even if you don't share it with me, I want you to leave with something. So I'm going to explain my scenario, and then I want you to come up with yours. So based upon what I just shared with you, my challenge right now is with sleeping. So I have an intention to improve my overall sleep so that I can get the adequate rest that I need, because I'm not getting enough sleep. And how am I going to do that? How am I going to achieve that goal through plant-based healing? One of the ways that I can do that, and I know to do that, I use gummies. There's a THC gummy that I use called Giggles. that promotes sleep, and it also will help with pain. And I use that when I want to relax enough to start the sleep process for me. Another thing that I use is lavender. You can get lavender in many forms. You can get it in a tea. Um, I have also known people who are smokers. If you smoke hemp or you smoke THC, that you can, or even CBD. If you smoke CBD, you can get. Make sure you get the food grade lavender flower, dried, and you can sprinkle it into your CBD and smoke it, and it does help with the relaxation to get you prepared to go to sleep. So that's another remedy that I intend to put in place. Now you're going to go to the next step. Now, step 3 is you're going to have action. So once you've identified your current practices, you set an intention and a goal. Now you have to put some action behind it, because that's when the real work starts, when you put the action behind it. So you're going to outline 2 to 3 practical steps that you can take to integrate these plant-based remedies into your daily routine. And I want you to be creative with it, and I want you to personalize it to you. So the example for me about helping to improve my sleep was incorporating some lavender. And for me, it would be, because I'm a smoker, it would be better for me in my evening routine. This is what I'm going to say. This is going to be my action step. My new evening routine would be to have a cup of chamomile tea, or chamomile and lavender tea, and it has to have some ginger in it, and possibly have smoke some CBD or some THC that will help me to relax, incorporating the lavender into it. Doing that maybe 1 or 2 hours before I'm ready to go down and go to bed will get my body and my mind ready to have a relaxed state and go to sleep and get a restful sleep that night. So that's how I can incorporate that into a new routine. So after demonstrating that for you, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to just jot down focus on one thing, because if you focus on more than one thing, may take a little more time. Don't worry if you get stumped. This is just meant to jumpstart you. This is meant to stimulate you. And if it's one word that comes out, it's one word, but don't force it. Okay. My friend Ralph did share in the chat. So I want to share what he came up with from the first exercise. Okay. Now, Ralph has used ginger, turmeric, olive oil, yohimbine, and he has used these in pill form, he says, for different things. And this is great. Olive oil is also very good. It's also helped lower and saturated fat for cooking, better for cooking, good for the hair, for the skin. A lot of benefits from olive oil. So his question is, should I get these in powder or liquid form? It really depends on the best way to incorporate it into your routine. For me, I'm not a big pill person. I really don't like to take a lot of pills. So if I can get an oil, if I can get a tea, I would opt for that. But I think that you should choose which one is going to work better for you, especially helping you to increase your consumption, meaning that I'm going to actually use it. If you're not a pill person, then don't go buy a bunch of pills, because they're going to sit there and look at you. Okay. So, and Ralph also says he has moderate arthritis in the hip and knee, and he is currently gratefully a recovering drug addict. Congratulations, Ralph, on that achievement. And I pray that you will have everything you need to maintain it. Sometimes we do things to our bodies ourselves, and I can say I've done that as myself, that hurt our internal balances. And we're not doing it intentionally. Life happens, things happen. But once we've come out of those phases of our life, then yeah, we now have to really look at reestablishing again that internal balance without those other substances, and restoring the body to its natural state. And that can be a challenge. So, Ralph, I applaud you, and I pray that you will have everything you need to maintain that. And establishing a holistic wellness routine will help you stay where you need to be and help you grow. I do, because taking action is the most important thing. And then having somebody to hold you accountable. Because establishing new routines is not easy, especially when you're trying to be healthy. It's funny how we can so easily be in an unhealthy state effortlessly. But when we are in the mode of trying to maintain or establish a more healthier lifestyle, that becomes the challenge, isn't that? That's just interesting to me how that works out. So whatever you came up with in your wellness plan, I want you to make a promise to yourself that you're going to at least attempt to take action on one of these items. If you didn't have enough time to really flesh this out, I want you to, I'm going to give you your takeaway. I'm going to email you your worksheet that you can work on at home on your own and really flesh this out in your journal so that you can come up with a plan. And remember that the most important part of this plan is the action. And you have to take the action in order to see the benefits. So I want to talk about harmony within wellness. Harmony within wellness is actually a coaching umbrella. It's a program under the Life Calling Coach. What I've done is incorporated into it these monthly holistic wellness talks. I've also incorporated a wellness coaching membership, a virtual dispensary. The Gate to Beautiful is the wellness coaching component. The Harmony Within Wellness is the virtual dispensary. I am committed to helping you find your harmony within in whatever way that God has seen fit to present it to you. These are a few of the wellness products that I have in my dispensary. We have Uncle Easy's RSO. RSO, whether you guys know it or not, is said to have cured cancer. And I'm making no medical claims about that, but go and do your research on it. The hemp plant does way more than get you high. I want to be a part of shifting that stigma. That's the reason why I have a virtual dispensary, because it has definitely helped me in my wellness journey. So I want to help others discover that for themselves. So these are a few of the products that we feature in our store. We have a pain balm. There's a stronger one. This is 7,500 milligrams. We have a 10,000 milligrams. For smokers, we have the Cheech and Chong CBD cigarettes. They don't get you high, but they will give you the direct benefit of the cannabinoids that are in them if you're a smoker, but they won't get you high, but they will give you that direct contact with the cannabinoids. So our takeaway, like I said, I have a wellness gift for you, which you will receive through email. It's going to be your worksheet for today and another wellness resource related to the plant-based wellness. But the takeaway for today is that holistic health is about being open to natural resources and remedies that will aid you in obtaining and maintaining physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. And I would love it if you would just tell me how you did today. If this talk resonated with you and gave you what you came here to receive, use the QR code to fill out my feedback form so that I can know how I can assist you further in any other endeavors moving forward, or just any improvements or topics you would like to see me cover. We will be ending the season in December for this year for the Wellness Talks. So as I stated earlier, I have November coming up with my guest speaker, Danielle Hall, who is going to share her story about turning trauma into triumph. And it's going to be, it's just empowering to see how what you would think some things that were meant to or could have killed you or killed you emotionally don't, turns into stepping stones to greatness. And then in December, we're going to end the year with the Financial Wellness Talk number 2, part 2. We're going to focus on credit repair, getting you ready for 2025, getting you ready to be on your prosperity journey for 2025. And it starts with you addressing any issues you may have in credit. And a lot of people don't understand credit. What is the score? How do I do it? We're going to dig into some of that, into some resources. I'm bringing back Amira Sori, who was with us in August, and she's going to share things that you can actually do that day to start that process. Okay, so I hope that you can join me for the last 2 talks for this season, and then the talks will resume in March of 2025. So I would love to hear your feedback about any topics that you feel you would like for me to bring to the community. And I just appreciate you allowing me to offer this to you, and you coming to give up a little bit of your time on a Saturday afternoon to learn some ways to enhance your life holistically. So I really thank you for joining me today, and that concludes our Holistic Wellness Talk for October. Thank you for joining me, and have a prosperous week.